Solving a quadratic equation by factorizing. So we want to factorize this, so we want the two sets of brackets, and we know that to satisfy this first condition to get 10, there is a combination that we could have. It could be 10 times 1, 2 times 5, and it could be the opposite too, 5 times 2, and the negatives, but we'll stick with the positives for now. So let's say it's a bit of trial and error. We'll start with 5 and 2. So let's say we'll say 5x, 2x. I already know that if we expand this, we're going to get 10x squared, which satisfies that condition. Now we need to look at the negative 6. We need two numbers that will satisfy that condition. So what could we have? Negative 6. Well, one of them needs to be negative. So we could have negative 3 and 2. We could have 3 and negative 2. We could have 6 and negative 1. So there is lots of options here. We need to just think. All of these green ones satisfy the condition that when they multiply they give us negative 6, but then we have to think of the whole expression expanded to get that negative 11 as well in the middle. So let's see what we could do here. Maybe with none of these ones, let's see if we use the first option there, negative 3 and 2, and I'll write them in green because we are testing them. So let's see. When we expand, just looking at these two here, negative 3 times 2, we do get the negative 6 we wanted over there. So now, a quick way of expanding instead of doing the full lot would be just multiplying the first one with the last one over there. So we get 10x, and then the inside ones, I call the outer and the inner ones. Negative 3 times 2x, negative 6x. If you add these two, because they are like terms, you get 4x. That's not 11 as we were hoping for. So, as I said, trial and error. We'll try something else. The negative 3 and the 2 didn't work. Maybe we could just swap the numbers but keep the signs. Maybe we could say negative 2 and positive 3. So the first condition, 10x squared, still goes well, and the second condition, negative 2 times 3, still goes negative 6. All good. So now let's check the other two terms that we have to expand. So 5x times 3, 15x, negative 2 times 2x, negative 4x. Yes, this gives us the 11x we were after. So after we can do a bit of a trial and error that is going to be based on what we want there, and even though we had this big list here, we can figure out which will be the ones that will suit. Only one pair and one combination will work out once we have fixed the first two elements in the brackets. So now to solve this equation, because it's a product equals 0, we have to say either the first one or the second factor will have to be 0. We solve these linear equations and get 2/5. Subtract 3 from both sides, divide both sides by 2, and negative 3/2. So these are the solutions to this quadratic equation using factorizing.